Manikya Prabhave, Gajanana, Shri Guru Yatindra Raghavendraya, Paramapuja, Avatar, Avadhuta, Jagadguru, Shri Datta Ganapat Sachidananda, Siddharaja, Yoginath, Shri Gurunath, Shri Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa Maharaja, Sharda Mataye, Ramana Maharshi, Mahavatar, Babaji Maharaja, Lahiri Mahasaya, Yukteswaragiri, Yogananda, Gauranga Nitayi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Trailinga Maharaja, Bhet Narayana, Sadashiva, Brahmendra Maharaja, Adi Guru, Shankaracharya, Chandrasekhara, Saraswati Maharaja, Nim Karoli Baba Maharaja, Adi Guru, Shankaracharya, Chandrasekhara, Saraswati Maharaja, Nagajata, Jayalakshmi Mata, Jillelamudi Mata, Anandamayi, Anagha Sameta, Gurudatta Maharaja, Tara Mata ki, Jaya Ho Jaya Ho. Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapatye. Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapatye. Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapatye. Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapatye. Jaya Ho Tara Mata. Jaya Ho Tara Mata. Jaya Ho Tara Mata. Today also, Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana is very much blessed to have a Satsanga and travel with His Holiness Paramapuja, Paramahamsa, Avatar, Jagadguru, Shri Shri Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja. Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana is very much blessed to travel with Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja by relearning of Autobiography of a Yogi. So, till yesterday, Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja has blessed us to do to some extent. We shouldn't say that we have completed or we have discussed like that, because it is purely Satsanga. So, our Sri Yogananda Maharaja blessed us till some extent. So, we were been relearning the Autobiography of a Yogi in chapter 1, My Parents and Early Life. So, yesterday we have been blessed to the extent, of course. So, both our Savinash Babu ji and our Yogda Maharaja's father, both were been traveling. And he himself gave vacation for a week's time, his father, Yogda Maharaja father, and said that my wife and asked this master to initiate us in his spiritual path. Will you guide us to him? That was a question which was raised by our Paramahansa Yogananda Maharaja's father. Of course, joy filled me at the miraculous answer to my prayer and the quick favorable turn of events. So the disciple is very, very happy to learn it, isn't it? So, and he also been very much excited to have a physical darshan of our Lahiri Mahasaya. That what the Avinash Babu was been feeling. So he is very, very happy. The next evening, so now the satsanga continues or been blessed like this. The next evening, your parents and I entrained for Banaras. So it also means that both Avinash Babu and as well as our Sri Yogananda Maharaja's father, both have started traveling by train. So reaching there on the following day, we took a horse cart for some distance, then had to walk through narrow lanes to my guru's secluded home. So see how interestingly it is moving. So both have taken tickets, rail tickets, or perhaps they were traveling and trained. That means they both have started walking to meet the Guru, the Gurus of Guru, Lahiri Mahasaya, and we took a horse cart for some distance. So they have been to Banaras, and very interestingly, they have taken a horse cart for some distance, because Banaras, very narrow lines. That is the reason they have to have booked a horse cart and walk through narrow lanes to my guru's secluded home. Of course, they got down at some point and then they have started walking to reach our Lahiri Mahasaya's secluded home. So, what does it means secluded? It is almost a kind of a joyful place where it is very serene and uh, very much tapasya, austerity, meditation, blissful state, satsangas, regular satsangas, and very far away from material lives. That's what we have to understand. And Paramahansa Yogananda Maharaja is telling us to uh, relearn that is a secluded home. Entering his little parlor, we bowed before the master. So the moment when they have entered into the Lahiri Mahashaya's house, slowly entering his little parlor. It is almost like, of course, there are so many parlors. For instance, at a lower level, we can say a parlor is a very beautified place. So it is very serene. That's what we have to relearn. And then entering his little parlor, we bowed before the master. So that is the first thing that a Sishya will do before the master. He bows down. So why this uh, gesture of bowing down to the master? For only one reason, that we surrender everything to you, including the ego. So that is what our this whole system is, our whole dharma is telling us. So we have to bow down. That means there is nothing like superior than you, my dear guru. Like that, both have been bowed before the master, enlocked in his habitual lotus posture. Look at that. So Lahiri Mahashaya was in full meditation state, very blissful, and his posture was lotus posture, Padmasana. We call it as Padmasana. That means, so uh, he is under very meditation kind. That's what we have to relearn. He blinked his piercing eyes and leveled them on your father. So look at that. If you look at, or if we perceive or understand that many saints, great saints, they try to look at, including our Babaji Maharaja, any sadhu or any saint, masters, they keep their eyes looking at the third eye. So there is, of course, what Yukteswar Maharaja says is, we should not practice with our eyes to push it upwards to see our Gnana Netra, the wisdom eye, we call it as, because we may also lose eyes. That's what Yukteswar Maharaj says. By practice, unknowingly, God will bless us one or the other day to just have that vision, the third eye vision. So he blinked his piercing eyes. So very straight. The Guru's sight is not ordinary. That everyone should understand. That's what Yogda Maharaj is telling us to relearn. The Guru eyesight is extraordinary. It will straight take us to the bliss state. However, we should also have that eligibility and that carving nature or craving for that. And slowly he blinked his piercing eyes and leveled them on your father. So he was straight looking at and then leveled. That means slowly he turned his vision onto the Bhagavati Babu. Who is Bhagavati Babu? Our Yogda Maharaja's father. Then look at that. How great the statement once again. Bhagavati, you are too hard on your employee. So probably that sound where both were walking in the serene ground, when he got down from palanquin and both were walking, that was resonating. In this beauty secluded home, a small, joyous, blissful parlor, small home of Lahiri Mahasaya, he would have stated it with a light tone. Bhagavati, you are too hard on your employee. Like that. His words were the same as those he had used 2 days before in the grassy field. Same words. He did not even change a single letter. Look at that. So Lahiri Mahasaya repeated the same statement and he added, I'm glad that you have permitted Avinash to visit me. I'm glad. I'm very much happy that you have taken a call to give vacation of 7 days and permitted him to visit Lahiri Mahashaya, me. Of course, Lahiri Mahashaya, like saints, they will never say, as we have been doing Satsanga, we have relearned that they will never say I and all. So Lahiri Mahashaya would have told that Lahiri Mahashaya is very, very glad that you have permitted Abhinash to visit me. And see the next line, and that you and your wife have accompanied him. We are very much happy. Lahiri Mahashaya is telling very happily, Bhagavati, not only you have permitted your fellow employee to come and visit me in Banaras, but also, besides, you also bought your wife. You came and your wife both have come to have a darshan. To their joy, because that was a wish that Bhagavati Maharaj was having. The Yogananda Maharaj's father was having that I will ask my wife and ask his master to initiate the spiritual path, initiate us in the spiritual path. That was the wish. Any wish without attachment, any wish which is pure will be accorded, undoubtedly. But it should be very pure. It shouldn't be self-centered. Then it will happen. That's what Samasta Guru Mandali says. To their joy, he initiated your parents in the spiritual practice of Kriya Yoga. That is what they were looking at. So, Yogda Maharaja, where Avinash Babu and Yogda Maharaja were talking to each other. So, he told several tales, several stories, including the travel plan which was destined of his father. So, Lahiri Mahashaya has initiated the Kriya Yoga, spiritual practice of Kriya Yoga. Now, ours is Bhakti Kriya Yoga. Now, what is interesting? What ours Paramahansa Yogananda Maharaja says is relearn what is Kriya Yoga. So, he also mentioned, Maharaja mentioned, this is a yogic technique taught by Lahiri Mahashaya, whereby the sensory tumult is stilled, permitting man to achieve an ever increasing identity with cosmic consciousness. How its words seems to be very, very comprehensible, but very complex. What Maharaja says is yogic technique. It is a yogic technique. There are so many techniques. Yogic technique taught by Lahiri Mahashaya, the fond devotee or disciple of our Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja. So we have also understood Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja, Lahiri Mahashaya, Yukteswar Giri Maharaja, Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja, and so on and so forth. Whereby the sensory tumult is stilled, the stillness. Devotees generally look forward for that stillness. And it is has been mentioned several times. So in our satsanga, we also been blessed to understand that what is the importance of stillness. If once any person achieves that stillness, all worldly pleasures seems to be very, very, very low. Anand, that Anand, full balance. This inner feelings, perceptions, thoughts, revolutionary thoughts, ideas, I, everything, cries, weeping, laughing, smiling, pleasure, pain, suffering, everything, the tumult is stilled. There is nothing like, just only balance, bliss, permitting man. So then slowly that stillness will help the spiritual practitioner to achieve an ever increasing identity, ever increasing identity. So, someone, if suppose, that is the reason we have been relearning that it is highly impossible to describe God, to define God, only experience. We don't have words to tell about God. He's omnipresent. He's omni. That's it. There are no words. So, ever increasing identity with cosmic consciousness. And of course, Yogda Maharaja is blessing us in chapter 26 in our Satsanga. We'll be very much blessed to relearn the Kriya Yoga or the techniques which have been told or which has been explained or will be blessed from the Autobiography of a Yogi. Now, coming back, just we wanted to understand, like, or relearn what are the basic three principles of Kriya Yoga. That is what important. So, first we will try to relearn the three pillars of Kriya Yoga. So, hope everyone, uh, if anyone knows, please do write. What are the three pillars of Kriya Yoga? We'll be very, very happy to relearn once again. Three pillars. They call it as three pillars. What are those? Self study, number one. Three pillars. Self study. Number two, self discipline. Self study, self discipline, and most importantly, absolute surrenderness to the God. These are the core three pillars of Kriya Yoga. So, once again, if, we'll be very happy if someone is writing. So, first one is, we all noticed, number one. Okay, faith, self study, and surrender. Yes. Now, what is self study? Swadhyaya. It is a Sanskrit root. Swadhyaya. What is Swadhyaya? So, there are so many techniques for doing meditation. You all know better than Shivana. What does it mean? First is Swadhyaya. That means self study. Now, it also says, for instance, throwing out all the objects and ideas and keeping our mind focused on only one thought, one object, may not be a great technique, Guru says. The slowly, this self-adhyay or self-study will help us. So first what happens? We need to keep listening to satsanga or study of texts, scriptures, incarnation stories that we call it as parayana. And then by reading, we will get bhava, an intent, that almost self-reflection. See how importantly Yogda Maharaj is telling to relearn. So first is self-study. So very importantly, majority of times, many a devotee's disciples doesn't have time to spend with self. So in Bhakti Kriya Yoga, what Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaj, Datta Appaji, And of course, our Yogda Maharaja, they say is we have to spend some time with self, at least 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Over a time, it will progress. So we need to talk to us just as a layer technique. So first is self-study, learning scriptures, texts, reading them, learning about incarnations and the way they have been demonstrating their life patterns, and so on and so forth. Swadhyay, self-study. And second important pillar, as we have seen, self-discipline. What is self-discipline? Everything is discipline in practice, or in especially in if someone wanted to progress spiritually, first self-study, that means swadhyay, and second is self-discipline. So here discipline is code of conduct. That means austerity, tapasya. Sanskrit term is called as tapas, austerity. So what happens? Uh, why this austerity and self-discipline? Very simple. To control and balance both body and mind, or to purify body and mind. Negative thoughts, okay. So turning into zero. Positive thoughts, extending it. Then no thought. See, it may not be that easy to directly jump onto positive thoughts every time because of illusion. We will get attached to negative side only. We perceive only negative things. Yes. Of course, Shivanna may be wrong, but it is a part. It is the original truth. Perceiving positivity, that what swadhyaya, self-study will help us to create that positive aura. How we will get positive thoughts? That is the reason swadhyaya, self-study. If we keep on doing self-study, what happens? Slowly our thoughts will go and reflect. We will get to know, and we wanted to move closely on those lines, spiritual path. Then slowly it will help us to go with self-discipline, which will purify both body and as well as mind. Now, body having bath, Shivana had a bath, came. Now, see, our abhyasa, Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana. What we are doing? We are trying to purify our mind. So that what in native language when we were doing our learning of autobiography of a yogi in Indian one language called as Telugu, Shivanna used to say everyone should have a bath, sit and put mobile or TV on a chair. If it is a mobile phone, put it on a chair and whatever posture you like, Sukhasan, Sukhasan. If you are good enough, you can have Padmasan, Virasan. You can sit, you have to sit very, very ideally in a good posture and just keep listening and keep looking at the gurus of gurus. See, of course, people are exempted, devotees are exempted who are at younger ages and exceptionally elder ages. Of course, because if suppose more than 60, 65, 70 years, it may not be possible to have a bath morning and evening and sit for this satsanga. Then Appaji said, okay, no problem. Now, oh, our devotees are very much interested in Shavasana. Bad. No Shavasana. It is no Shavasana. Sukhasana. Shavasana. Very, very interesting. Now, so first is self-study, swadhyay. Second pillar is discipline, tapasya. So we also been relearned. What does it mean, discipline? And finally, when we have started thinking about God, talking about God, moving along with the God, reading the scriptures, reading the texts, doing the mantra chanting, slowly our body will get, mind will get purified slowly. And we will get some attachment to the God. See, if suppose if you keep on listening to something, you'll get attracted. That is our body and mind nature. But it may not be that easy until we show that interest and willingness, of course. So, self study, swadhyay, self discipline, tapash, and finally, surrender. What is surrender? And it is very easy to say surrender, but very hard. Surrender, very hard. But what happens when self study and self discipline is slowly progressing? Unknowingly, we will get that. We will become a childlike person. We will not have conflicts of interest. We will not debate. We will not feel bad about anything. We will not have any complaints on anyone, anything. That is the highest order. No complaints, no finding faults with anyone, no too much talking. Just highest order. So, completely devotion and letting the go, ego, ego. Of course, for convenience, we Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana replaces it with the IGO. If I go, everything can be achieved. Okay, for convenience, reconvenience, EGO, ego, let ego, everything will go naturally. So, we have been trying to understand. Oh, sorry. In Satsanga, we are not understanding. We are relearning. We are relearning. So, the three pillars must be attained. So, to their joy, he initiated your parents in the spiritual practice of Kriya Yoga. So, we have relearned that what are the three forms or three pillars, key pillars of Kriya Yoga. And more importantly, we also should know, like Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja told, there are 5 branches of Kriya Yoga. Every one of us know 5 branches. So first three pillars. We will be, Jayanamuguna Sankirtana will be very happy and feels that it has been blessed if one can write what are those three pillars once again. So that that continuity will go. Oh, go means please you don't go. Shivanna is telling to ego to go, not you. Sometimes I'm feared that devotees will come and go like that. No problem, no problem. Now, so we have relearned three pillars in Kriya Yoga. Now, Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja, His Holiness, ours, Mahavatar Babaji Maharaj, will feel very happy. Jayana Muguna Sankirtan is really blessed. If someone can, devotee can write Jaya Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja. Jaya Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja. Jaya Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja. So Babaji Maharaja, Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja, Shiva, Lord Shiva. He himself is Lord Shiva. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. He himself is Lord Shiva. Or of course, we are conveniently or we are feeling convenient to say that he is Lord Shiva. You can also say, if you belong to Christianity, he is Lord Christ. No problem. Whatever the Guru you think. For us, Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja is Lord Shiva, Lord Sai, Lord Appaji, everyone. He is same. So Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja says 5 branches of Kriya Yoga. Number 1, it is Kriya Hatha Yoga. Kriya Hatha Yoga. So generally it is called as Hatha. Hatha. Kriya Hatha Yoga. And number 2, the second basic branch is Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. And third one, Kriya Dhyana Yoga. Kriya Dhyana Yoga. And fourth branch, Kriya Mantra Yoga. Kriya Mantra Yoga. And fifth one, the foundation for all other 4. Very important. Kriya Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Kriya Yoga. That what Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana is. Kriya Bhakti Yoga. So, 5 branches. Kriya Hatha Yoga. Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. Kriya Mantra Yoga. Kriya Dhyana Yoga. Kriya Bhakti Yoga. So here Kriya means, for simple understanding, it is doing some activity. Kriya. It's a Sanskrit word. Kriya. Activity or a deed, action. Kriya. Suppose I've taken this, I'm keeping it here. It is a Kriya. Simple. I'm doing something. Kriya. Taking out this, keeping it here. Kriya. Now see. So there are 5 branches, very importantly. Yes. Kriya Hatha Yoga, Kriya Kundalini Pranayama, Kriya Dhyana Yoga, Kriya Mantra Yoga, Kriya Bhakti Yoga. Now, we should not say that this is only good like that. Just for our relearning purpose. Yogda Maharaj is blessing us. Number 1, what is Kriya Hatha Yoga? Of course, every one of us know. Kriya Hatha Yoga. Kriya Hatha Yoga is like, there are some particular ways of very effective techniques. For example, physical postures, mudras, asanas. Just now we have been learning Sukhasana, Virasana, Padmasana. And some of our devotees were feeling very happy that Shivana would say Shavasana. No, no Shavasana, only Sukhasana. So, this is a particular yogic technique. Predominantly, there are various, like closely around more than 15, or some devotees, some our scriptures say 18 particularly effective postures taught in stages and pairs. And also it consists of other asanas, like physical postures, what we have discussed, what we have been relearning, bandhas. Bandha means muscular locks. For example, bandhas. Yes. Om Namah Shambhave cha Agnihotraatmane Angushtabhyam Namaha. Some physical postures, muscular locks. Then last we say, suppose we are locking in the last, when we are doing this Anganyasa and Karanyasa. Hrudayaya Namaha. And then we are saying Iti Digbam Daha. Like that we are locking. So these kind of locks. It's ancient technique. Locks. So muscular locks, just for bodily locks, I said it more. You have to learn from masters, different masters. There are so many masters. And mudras. Oh, there are so many mudras which cannot be told in live satsanga. Only two, Chinmaya, like that. Mudras. Kriya, Hatha Yoga. Now, there are other extensions for Kriya Hatha Yoga also, but Yogda Maharaja says this is enough. And then Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. The moment we say Kundalini, Amma blessing, Amma blessing. Kundalini is Amma. Mahiti Prana Shakti. So, we all know, you better know, because ours is Bhakti Kriya Yoga. Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana knows nothing. Shivana does not know any, you doesn't know, but no problem. Yogda Maharaja is blessing us. So, Kriya Kundalini Pranayama, it's a powerful breathing exercise that everyone will try to do in meditation. So, to awaken that latent energy and circulate it through the 7 circles we call generally. That is nothing but a serpent god, we say, almost like for a 3 and of I forgotten. No problem. So that is a serpent god, Kundalini Shakti, which is in Nidrana Avastha. 3.5 meters, I think. Shivan also doesn't know, but no problem. So it is just in the Nidrana Avastha. That means it will be in sleeping posture. So we will try to do the breathing exercise, touching to feel or to make pass our energy to every center of this spine coiled chakras, Kundalini Shakti. So almost like we know that it is between the base of the spine and the crown of the head, like this, Kundalini. Now, what a disciple will do is slowly he will convert this his breathing system and post it at different chakras. Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. So, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Agna Chakra, Sahasrara. Like, oh no, ours is Bhakti Kriya Yoga. No problem. Even in Bhakti Kriya Yoga, everything is possible. All four will get attached in Bhakti Kriya Yoga. That's what Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja says. No need of redoing it. You just love the God. Amma will come and tell everything. That is what happening. So, Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. There are some syllables also, which called as seed letters for each chakra. So we keep chanting and we mix up with inhaling and exhaling of the breathing. That's what Appa is telling. Then comes to Kriya Dhyana Yoga. So what is Dhyana Yoga? Oh, sorry, Dhyana Yoga. Gnana, it is going to Gnana. Dhyana Yoga. So what we'll try to do? Very simple. Uh, we'll try to master the mind. Do you think it is very easy to master the mind? Oh, but it is easy. Monkey mind. So we have to control it. Give banana. What is a banana? Simple. Keep telling it. Our devotees were asking, Shivana, how do you control your mind? Simple. Tell the mind. That is the reason. Self-discipline, sadhyaya, self-study. We should not fight with our thought. Please. The moment we say, you don't do, it will do that only. Yes. You can see, check it out. So we should say, for instance, it is telling, oh, no satsang today. no satsang, mind something disturbed, heavy traffic, like that it is telling. See, everyone might be thinking that Shivana is very free to do satsanga. Hey, what all are the jobs he have? He is very free man. He can do it just like that. No, Shivana blessed with one wife and two children. Big family. Father 75 years. Office 70 kilometers from our house. And preparing there and teaching. And then coming back. And tuition fees, school fees, everything. Yes. No one is free. Everyone is tied up with one or the other. So our thought is telling to Shivana, hey Shivana, today some disturbance in the meeting, for example. So Shivana is telling, oh no, I wrote that note, you have not accepted it. Then boss says, no, very bad note, like that. Mind disturbed. Shivana thinking, came and thinking, oh, so today no satsanga, something. It's very, it may be very simple instance, but the intensity and the circumstances, they differ, but process is same. Then, so what Shivana says is, oh, let it be, let it be. Okay, no problem. After satsanga, we will think. See, talk to yourself. After satsanga, we will see. Never revolutionize your thoughts. Never. The moment we fight with it, it will erupt like volcano. So you have to suffice it. Oh, okay. So Shivana says, okay, after satsanga, we will discuss. Like that, he will tell himself. Controlling thoughts. Very big exercise. That's what Yogda Maharaja says. If one can control his thought, he is more and equivalent to a king. So we will try to have that mental clarity and vision, intuitions to bring that, what do you say, like a communion with God. So this is Kriya Dhyana Yoga to cleanse our subconscious uh, process or subconscious, we can say, what do you call it them as subconscious issues, like that we can say. Now, Kriya Mantra Yoga, very simple. Mental repetition of subtle sounds. Like Appa also says, the sounds are very effective. So what happens is, slowly when we keep repeating that mantra for several times, we are used to that. Any place, anywhere, without our knowledge, without our interest, the mantra will keep repeating. That is the best exercise. That is the reason Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana. Nama. So slowly what happens is we'll get used to that and chakras will get cleansing. Of course, it takes a lot of time. This is fourth, Kriya Mantra Yoga. Ours is also Kriya Mantra Yoga. Jaya Nam Guna Sankirtana. Now, fifth one is, we know that, Bhakti Kriya Yoga. What is the Bhakti Kriya Yoga? Everyone is know. Oh, what is Kundalini? Kundalini is a serpent god. We call it as Anagha Datta. Anagha is Lakshmi Mata of Lord Vishnu. So Kundalini is a subtle power. Oh, not subtle. It's very great power within ourselves. Later on, we will understand. Now only the branches and three pillars of Kriya Yoga. In Kutastha Chaitanya, the highest order of light, Babaji Maharaja uses, then we will understand Kundalini and the major objective or how to stimulate that Kundalini Shakti. Even through Kriya Bhakti Yoga. So, Bhakti Kriya Yoga says all devotional activities, service, and pure love and devotion to the God, like which includes chanting, singing, ceremonies, and visiting pilgrimages, worshipping like Devatarchan, Abhisheka, all these are Bhakti Kriya Yoga. But very importantly, one should understand that all these in the process of Bhakti Kriya Yoga, all these activities which we should do with unattached, that is very important. Then only it is called as Bhakti Kriya Yoga. There should be no attachment or binding to any service or seva that we are doing it. That is most important. So we have been relearning that three pillars of Kriya Yoga and Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja's blessing to relearn about five branches of Kriya Yoga. Oh, lot of it is almost time is going up. We will do some one or two kirtans. That is very, very important. Kriya Bhakti Yoga. नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतां गणेश्वरं 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 सुंदरं सिद्धि बुद्धि सुंदरेश नंदनम भक्तबन्धमोचनं सर्वसूत्रबन्धनं सुन्दरं सिद्धिबुद्धिसुन्दरेशनन्दनं भक्तबन्धमोचनं सर्वसूत्रबन्धनं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतां गणेश्वरं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतां गणेश्वरं मूषिका वाहनं सकललोकवीक्षणं अर्करूपधारिणम् आदिशक्त्यावरणं मूषिका वाहनं सकललोकवीक्षणम् अर्करूपधारिणम् आदिशक्त्यावरणं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतं गणेश्वरं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतं गणेश्वरं रक्तवर्णरूपिणं विरक्तलोकभावितम् आत्मविद्याधारिणं नन्द सचिदानन्दं रक्तवर्णरूपिणं विरक्तलोकभावितम् आत्मविद्याधारिणं नन्द सचिदानन्दं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतां गणेश्वरं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतां गणेश्वरं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजे मतां गणेश्वरां भजे मतां गणेश्वरां. Lord Shiva is very, very happy. Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva says, Jaya Nama Guna Sankeerthana, you'll be blessed. Do chanting of Lord Shiva. Yes, whatever Lord Shiva says. Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam Om Kruti Rupa Tava Charanam Om Karanata Tava Charanam Om Kruti Rupa Tava Charanam Om Karanatam Tava Charanam Om Kruti Bhakta Tava Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam Nagadara Puja Tava Charanam Nagagravasa Tava Charanam Nagadara Puja Tava Charanam Nagagravasa Tava Charanam Nagajatamta Tava Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Manojadaha Tava Charanam Magavedvamsaka Tava Charanam Manojadaha Tava Charanam Makavedvamsaka Tava Charanam Magesha Deva Tava Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Tishta Janavanam Tava Charanam Tikshita Daitya Tava Charanam Sishta Janavana Tava Charanam Sikshita Daitya Tava Charanam Shiva Swarupa Tava Charanam Shiva Swarupa Tava Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Varada Bhayada Tava Charanam Vrishabhavanam Tava Charanam Varada Bhayada Tava Charanam Vrishabhavanam Tava Charanam Vanitardhanga Tava Charanam Vanitardhanga Tava Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Valukesha Tava Charanam Vadanya Deva Tava Charanam Valukesha Tava Charanam Vadanya Deva Tava Charanam Vani Sannuta Tava Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam Hara Hara Shankara Mama Charanam Yaksheshamitra Tava Charanam Yamijana Sannuta Tava Charanam Yaksheshamitra Tava Charanam Yamijana Sannuta Tava Charanam Yamadamashila Tava Charanam Yamadamashila Tava Charanam Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam
Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam, Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam, Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam, Shadaksharakhya Tava Charanam, Shanmukatata Tava Charanam, Shadaksharakya Tava Charanam, Shanmukatata Tava Charanam, Sachidananda Tava Charanam, Sachidananda Tava Charanam, Saidananda Tava Charanam, Babaji Ananda Tava Charanam, Apaji Ananda Tava Charanam, Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam, Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam, Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam, Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam, Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam, Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam, Shiva Shiva Shankara Tava Charanam, Hara Hara Shankara Mama Sharanam. Hari. Why? WHY. Why? Because Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha, 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 Shivayam Namah 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 Shivayam Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha. Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha, 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 Shivaya Gurave Rudraya 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 Namaha, Namah Shivayam, 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 Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namaha, 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 Shivaya Gurave Rudraya 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 Namaha. Hari. Lord Shiva is very, very happy. Datta Anugraha. Because of Samya Bhava. Time is short.
दत्तानुग्रह। जय जय तारा माता, जय जय तारा माता, जय जय तारा माता। समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय, समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय, समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय। महाअवतार बाबा जी महाराज की जय, अनघा दत्त महाराज की जय, अनघा दत्त महाराज की जय, तारा माता की जय, तारा माता की जय। समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय, समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय, समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय। जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय।